All right, so I'm here with the Volantex Trainstar Ascent, and we're gonna send it up with a GoPro on it and try to do a little GPS data. See if we can get like a stall speed and a top speed. So it mounts up really nice up under this airplane. We'll see how it affects CG. I just flew this aircraft, so we'll take off to the left and hopefully get some good view and
normal mode.
Good view and some GPS data. See if we can get like take off, our stall speed and max speed. So this is the first time that I've flown the camera. The airplane seems a slight bit faster. I'm assuming it's because of the weight. Definitely took a little more power than it usually does to pull up out of that corner. And we're going to see if we can get it a little more in line with the runway on this pass. Definitely wants to drop faster than it usually does. So we're going to keep some power in. It's a good shot down the runway. Power in. And she's pulling out. Pulling up. Definitely a different reaction with the camera on it than without. Slowing it down some, that's for sure. Not used to putting in this much throttle. So there's full power. I forgot to reset the alarm, so I wouldn't be overly concerned. That's 3/4 throttle. Definitely helps getting out of the corner if you just kind of ease into the elevator and kind of bring it up a little more gradually, opposed to not having the camera on the airplane. You can just wait till you want to climb and just kind of give it the elevator all at once. Definitely wants to drop when you roll it in the corner. It was kind of doing that number over there that time. And if you pull the throttle back, definitely decelerates faster. But overall, I would definitely say it still flies good. It still flies really good. It'll be interesting to see the footage. I can't wait to see the footage. So we got it lined up a little better with the runway this time. I think we're going to go ahead and bring it in. So there it is, the Volantex Train Star, flying with the GoPro mounted up underneath it. I'll tell you, it's this airplane has a little bit of a little bit taller of a landing gear, and it mounted that GoPro up under there with no problem. Definitely mounted, I mean, very easy. That's the double-sided tape mount.
Hold mode.
So we got hold mode on now. This is the double-sided tape mount for the GoPro, and I've just got it, you know, it's kind of nice because the shape of the airplane kind of goes right with the shape of this mount, and I just dropped it on there, as you can see, and definitely still feels firm. It's definitely not hanging or anything else. Seems good. Seems to be attached real good. I like that this is a solid plastic surface opposed to having like a paint on it or something. It definitely grips on there very well. So I can't wait to check out the footage. All right, so I just wanted to do a quick post-flight talk about the Train Star and flying the camera. So I thought everything went good. I would say that, so that was a GoPro 8 that was flying on this camera. The top speed didn't really seem to be affected too much, but I felt like the stall speed was definitely lower than the plane usually flies. And I also found that if I pulled off the throttle, the aircraft would drop. Now, I kind of moved away from my aircraft balance principles and moved towards you know, what I thought was a better setup, but I think I was off by a little, and we'll check. So the way to make the aircraft balance is the mean aerodynamic chord, which is the average length of the wing. We'll just take a look here. So this wing is 9 inches long, and then you're going to want your CG to fall from 15 to 30%. So, you know, the CG should be somewhere between probably 1.25, because it's 9 inches, or just under 1.5. Let's turn the tape measure around for that. The CG should fall somewhere between 1.5 and 3 inches. Okay, somewhere in here is the average length of the wing that the CG should fall. If we take a look at the camera, sure enough, you know, it's close, but it's a little more forward, and I felt like, I mean, it's pretty close. So that was my logic on the positioning of the camera. I found the average length of the wing and put the camera somewhere, you know, 15 to 30%. It was pretty close, pretty spot on. I did find that when I pulled the throttle back, it wanted to nose down. Definitely works as a camera airplane and flying around. It didn't go bad. But it affected the flight characteristics. I would say that something a little bit larger and a little bit heavier is going to carry a camera like the GoPro 8 a little better. But this one certainly did it, and yet again, like, you know, for this little airplane, I think that was pretty good, and the whole setup was pretty easy. I love the landing gear on this airplane. Not that it's the fanciest thing, but it's good. It's pretty tall. That GoPro 8 fit up there pretty easily. This is just a adhesive backing. You know, basically this is what is most typically used as a helmet mount on a GoPro. And I just slapped it on the airplane and threw the camera on there, and I haven't seen the footage on a full-size TV screen yet, but it looked pretty good on the computer. So that video should be coming out here shortly. Now, I was just flying this on a 2200 3S. I mean, maybe if I went down to an 1800 3S and shortened the flight time up a little bit, it would come out, you know, it would get that camera around a little peppier. I found that the aircraft response to having the camera on it was definitely different. Usually, like, I'll land and I'll roll out to the end of the runway, and then I'll just get the aircraft off the ground a little bit, and I'll kind of snap it out of the corner and I'll roll it over. And when I was getting it down at the end of the runway and I was hitting the elevator and the rudder at the same time, you know, it wasn't a snap. It was more like a, you could see it struggling, and I didn't like it. You know, I mean, I don't like to overload surfaces. So the second approach I came around, instead of snapping it, what I did was I just gradually increased the control surfaces and let the aircraft start to rise. And then I just gave it a little more direction, and that went a lot better than trying to you know, really snap on it with the camera on there. I definitely felt like slowing the control surface movements down a little bit and giving the aircraft a little more time made it fly, you know, better than trying to snap it around with that dragging that camera around. But it flew good. I mean, I definitely wouldn't hesitate to, like, you know, film another RC aircraft off of this one. I thought the stall speed was relatively low, but it did definitely pick up a little bit. I had to fly it a little bit faster than normal with that extra added camera weight. But overall, it was really good. It was a good flight. I will fly the camera off of this again, but I'm looking forward to flying the camera off of a larger aircraft. I think it's going up on the titanium trainer is the perfect candidate to be the next aircraft to fly that GoPro 8 off. So hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Big shout out to Freddie Cordova. Has been helping me a lot with my helicopter and the airplanes and everything else. Check out his videos and his channel, and we'll see you later.